Hello, so this is going to be a general collective read, just to get energies for, all signs. Okay, I'm going to use the Eye of Amun-Ra deck. Okay, we've got the Star card coming out in the upright. I feel like this is the time that, this is the beginning of the age of Aquarius. This is January 2025. It is time to ground yourself. There could be someone with really heavy either air or earth in their chart, or this could be an air sign that's grounding themselves, a star coming to this earth, or it could be an earth sign that is a star. You will need to decipher that as you please. I don't know why, but I feel like for the general energy, there is something about clearing out people, places, and things that have been weighing you down. So now this is picking up the anchors and being willing and able to move spiritually, mentally, physically, or otherwise in some way that is not typical for the norm. I feel like everyone's going to be making some slight adjustments, whether that be behaviorally, spiritually, physically, or mentally. Obviously, people do um, their New Year's resolutions are coming through at this time, and people are trying to hold on to that. Okay, it's the lunar New Year. It's a new eclipse of life. You have the opportunity. I just tried to shuffle these. They don't want to go together. This is growth and this is soulmate. They are a little topsy turvy. I'm not gonna lie about that. I don't think you're growing a soulmate. I think you are your own soulmate. I think a lot of people are going to realize that what they've been looking for this entire time is themselves. There's just something I want to show y'all that I personally recognize this as growth for myself, right? When I'm moving through life at work or wherever I am, I don't necessarily always take a close look at the labeling, the two-toned labeling, right? The blue and the red. For me, that's kind of automatic. This is not to be toyed with. This says DT plus and then 34748 MP Toys 5 cents IOTW. This is a Play-Doh box, a box of Play-Doh for children. And if you can see the temperature, the thermometer right next to it, you can see which brand has tried to effectively take the temperature or test the toys and who ships those same products. Okay? 392375. Country of origin China. Case pack for pieces. PO number 00012617425. This is the equivalent. I mean, if we're talking about minute changes to things, consumerism is going to be one of them. Consumption is something that can obviously overtake your lungs. If you speak Lunganese, it's more like consuming too much food spiritually. So too many cigarettes, too many joints, too many drinks, too many pills, too many potions. Double toil and trouble. It's right here. There's both colors. This is red and blue and brown all over. Just so you know. Bottom of this deck right here is you deciding that you're going, like, this is you moving towards a soulmate. And I know it's in reverse, but that's the reason it's in reverse is because you've not gotten here yet. You're not there yet. You're still toying, tinkering, futzing around with things that are not supposed to be things, maybe. Sometimes we attribute a thing as a person, place, or isn't that what a noun is? So thing one and thing two in Dr. Seuss, for example, those are two nouns that probably shouldn't be so grateful for being called things. It's a whoosy what. It's a whatchamacallit. Things, right? But here come boundaries. There's only so much gratitude that you could show somebody, or that you could have, or that you can show somebody when they look at you as a piece of inanimate chattel, as a thing to be handled like a trophy or an award from winning the World Cup or the Super Bowl. Okay? When people view you that way, their line of sight will never be in line with what it is that you're looking at through your own eyes, right? There's that Thunderbird energy. This is eye number one and eye number two, both looking the same direction. Thunderbirds. This is footprints. Yeah, I know people usually don't look for, a footprint of a crane on a beach. But how do you know that the crane or the butterfly that shows up on the back of your loved ones, your passed on loved one's tombstone, the butterfly that lands there, the crane that walks alongside you on the beach or walked before you? How do you know that those are not the arms of God, expressed by a really pissed off cat who's not really very grateful for being called your sacrifice, Creed? You know that song by Creed, My Sacrifice? It's almost like someone, this is for the general collective, so keep in mind that this is for a lot of people. If this does not apply to you, please don't force it. It's almost like you've been wanting to ground this starlight energy for a while now. And instead of you being able to ground it successfully, you've been drowning, just underwater drowning, completely up to here. You can barely keep your head above water, and it's time for you to lift up. How are you supposed to pull the anchor out of the water if you yourself are drowning in the water? You got to get on the boat first, which means setting boundaries about the way that you are willing to be defined by others. If there's no gratitude there, you need to drop the track. That train of thought is over. That track of thinking, that one track mind thinking, over. Completely done thinking of, do I have to choose a jar or a can for these sliced up peaches that I've got? That's the equivalent of what's going on here. Is you saying to yourself, you know what? If this is a canning process where can I can a canned peach? Yes, I can. But what I can't do is spend the entire afternoon in the orchard picking, sorting, choosing, deciding, and then be completely empty handed at the end of the day. That part. And it's not as though these individuals don't know what they're doing. They do. In fact, they're very proud of themselves. Which is why look at this, the medicine, and I do want to say metamorphosis, metaphysical, There's a physical change that's going to need to happen between all these individuals that see people as things, a piece of chattel that they're allowed to use whenever they feel like it. There's going to need to be a shift. This is no longer acceptable. This will be discontinued. Because if this is us, it includes none of us. It includes the watery depths of a Bermuda Triangle that we've already traversed in a very trifecta kind of way, multiple times. They go hand in hand. If you're not willing to change the message from the past, you will never taste the fruit of the future. And that's a fact. There's end of strife. If you can't see the message, stop trying to relay the message. Because all you're doing is delaying it in between. If you're not understanding this vision, then you're not as blue-eyed or innocent or, I don't know, ready as you thought you were. Some of us are, though. Some of us are extremely ready for this message. Oh my God, we're so ready for the end of strife. It'd be so great to go one day without being considered a toy to somebody else. Mentally, physically, emotionally, or otherwise. I don't even know if I know what that feels like. And I think a lot of the general public is feeling the same way. This is very much Truman Show, beautiful. Okay? Like, you keep that smile on your face. And if you don't keep that smile on your face, we're going to have a crash out moment. If you've ever seen Crash with Zoe Saldana. And the black actor is told to act more black. And his wife is caught red-handed giving him a blowjob in the front seat. Not in the back seat for the bitches in the back. In the front seat. So if we're going to talk about the front porch, or if we're going to talk about all these different clubs and the suits that we're wearing with the hearts and that isn't the message. This is what the general public will be addressing. Your medical message is no secret. And if you want to have these alien encounters where people are half conscious, going towards the light of death, you have to tell them what's on the other side or stop doing it. Discontinue doing it. No, you may not just do it. Not in the child's bedroom. Not so you can have a peekaboo moment with centennial anniversaries, birthdays that include like tree trunks being chopped, like Beethoven style Chopin chopped. We can prune the garden. I'm fine with that. However, I'm not okay with doing it, first of all, for free. And second of all, just so you can take advantage of me in the garden and say that you didn't. I feel like that's what the general public's putting up with right now. Realizing the ways in which their name, their birthday, their EIN numbers, their social security numbers have actually tethered them to this planet in a specific way that they're ready to shrug off. All this dishonesty, tired of it. If you consider me a person, treat me like a human. Not like people that are looking into the steeple or watching a freaking fish in a bowl. An aqua tank. If I'm a thing, Wear your honky ass belt buckles and call yourself from the planet Orion, which are Big and Little Dipper, and dip your face into the own water that you think you own. If you're still healthy afterwards, God bless you. You've probably nip tucked the hell out of everlasting love. Okay. Oh my God. Nip tucked the hell out of everlasting love. Woo! Okay. Then we're gonna go. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna go. Like, I feel like whoever is stuck in this mindset, you're gonna leave. If you've been treated like this, you're done. You're out. You're gone. We're good. No more conversation needed. No more discussion. No more, oh, maybe we could. No, we cannot. Enough. Okay? Enough. We now have the stormy ego self coming out. The Saturn, rings of Saturn. This could have something to do with a marriage, the way you were treated inside of a marriage, the way that you were functioning inside of commitments. Just the ring makers of Saturn is it's your ego investing in something. And if that's going to be in stormy, unwise water that does not know how to traverse the ocean, the sea, the Dead Sea, the Red Sea, the Black Sea, there's not going to be any end of strife. But it's a possibility. I feel like in 2025, every single human on this planet will have an opportunity to upgrade themselves in a specific direction that they will need to dictate. It is free will. It's a free for all. You get free will, and you get free will, and I'm not saying free willy, orcas. Don't get your panties in a bundle, okay? I'm not briefing us like that today. This is about catching up with time management. April, May, June. How many pills, how many potions will I have to take from these individuals who believe that I am a toy to be played with? Ad lib. You're going to learn how to handle these fools. And it's going to be in the kindest way possible, but they need to be handled. This can no longer fester underneath the surface without popping into a boil, a serious pimple that causes scarring, damage to the dermatological surface, up close and personal, face to face. Not looking good. Not looking good. Not doing well. Everybody who is not doing well, you will be by the end of this year at the very latest. I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm not saying that to cause dissension. This is a literal message that this is not healing. Like this came out in the reverse originally, but I put it in the upright. So let's heal those people that don't hear the message because they don't have any love in their heart. They're sociopaths who believe that this is equivalent to psychopath behavior. And they think it's a happy medium. They can order food from Africa whenever they want to. They can order mail order brides from Africa whenever they want to. They can order orders from Africa whatever order they want. They can order tacos from Mexico, from Africa. They can plant the seed for Britain Oda to suddenly become English, an Englishman. That's all there was. There isn't anymore. I'm not gonna go full Othello or Romeo and Juliet on y'all. But when I say that's all there was, there is not anymore. For those of y'all who are not understanding what I'm saying, Black people in Spanish are called moreno or morena. In Old English, they're called Moors. Do you want more or don't you? It's not really a matter of yes or no. If you already have your 8 drops and a black tax, 40 acres, and a mule, it's 2025. Wake up or sit down so I can see who's standing behind you that I need to handle next. It isn't being rude to set a boundary with somebody that thought you were a trophy that could be put up on a shelf and dusted off whenever they felt like you're dusty enough to put up with it. You don't have to put up with any of that. You're not putting up with predators this year. You are the species, collective. If you want to overcome what's already here with them, you're going to need to understand that there's a boundary when it comes to your own shining light. Be willing to shine it as bright as you can as much of the time as possible, but not when people toy with you. Okay? Not when people toy with you. At all. At all. Not even slightly. Like, this is not relationship goals. This toying with people, no more of that relationship goal. You can go kick a ball around. Kick a ball around. Are you able to do that? Because some people don't just want to kick it. Some people want to see change, revolution, evolution. We want to see the future play out. Mask off. Both sides. Come on. Some of us are ready. I know a lot of y'all are not ready, but you're never going to be ready, obviously. It's that Sierra song, If That Boy Don't Love You By Now. If you weren't ready then, you're not ready now. You're never going to be ready. It's like saying, okay, when are we going to have a baby? You're never going to be in a financial situation that you think you're good enough financially to have a baby. Which college are they going to go to? Stanford, Yale, Harvard? You're gonna anticipate that too and just not have children until it happens? That is not a lucky thing to do. When you're ready, do it. And I'm not talking about just do it. I'm talking about you do it. You do it for yourself because you are your own best friend and your only competition. You don't need to have courage against your friends. Your friends don't matter. If they are also being treated like chattel, they should also say something. Speak up, stand up, have a backbone. And if they can't, invite them to either stand under your umbrella peacefully or get the heck on. I invite you to stay in your old life. Enjoy that old life. But I don't plan on going gray. I don't plan on getting my joints blown out. I don't want any type of issues physically, mentally, spiritually, or otherwise. I'm good. I'm good with ripping this mask off so I don't have to deal with the repercussions. I don't want the recoil in my face. Been there, done that. No, it is not pleasant. I'll take all the children with me if I could. All the children with me if I could. These adults, yeah, no, they don't even want the. I'm hearing J. Cole, don't save her. She doesn't want to be saved. By the end of 2025, my prediction is that those people who do not want to understand the magnitude, the gravity, and the velocity of this vom-com situation where we've now emotionally PR'd each other, public reputation, or politically correct, or societally accurate. I don't care. Has any of that been getting any of y'all what you want? No well-behaved, we'll just include men and women, no well-behaved human has ever made history. And in no way am I encouraging you to incite a riot. I'm telling you to stand up. This is the year to do that. This is the year of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, the first card out. It's time for you to ground the energy and learn how to love. And if you don't know how to love, you're going to have a real big problem with this. It's going to be recurring. It's going to happen over and over. You will get played with. And don't fall for that paradigm that says you have to be hard and rough and tough and blah in order to make your point. You don't. You can go treat people with kindness and they will figure it out. You are not the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, or the 6 to be riding with their woes. Whoa, Nelly. That's the only thing you're going to be telling them. Whoa, Nelly. I don't have time at 2 a.m. I don't have time to be too on your behind. I'm not going to follow you. I'm not on your behind, Mr. Postman. And I don't care to wake up next to you or thinking about you or wondering about you. I don't care. This is not difficult. It isn't hard. It's a golden rule. You treat people the way you want to be treated. And I'm not talking about they didn't say you speak to people the way that you want to be spoken to. They didn't say nothing about that. If all of us just had the whole volume, if it was no longer loud, if it was turned all the way down, and we watch the way you treat people, are you treating them like a piece of chattel? When you come in town, are they just conveniently there for you to use and then leave? When it's convenient, do you call them your best friend and then turn around and fuck them? Curse them? Let people know you don't give a fuck about, they're just this is a friend that's worth nothing. In fact, this one has basically been banned from my heart. I only keep it around because I want to get to someone else and say hello. Somebody else. You were the bridge path, the walkway, the pathology that screwed their mind up and they think they're getting over on you. Keep that in mind, collective. I don't know why, but I feel like that's going to be really important. The only card that wanted to stay it was gratitude. I'm going to take it in the upright. We're going to figure out how to transmute this energy. Because I don't think anybody's interested in continuing. No, I don't. Did I make myself clear? I don't know. Even if I didn't, they'll figure it out. Here's gratitude energy. What can the general collective do for the upcoming year of 2025 to maximize the reimagination of energy in a direction that will actually serve every highest level purpose, reason, and highest good? Moonlight. I feel the serenity prayer here. Not that the whole world is recovering, but we are all recovering from what has been a collectively difficult life. Not one continent, not one group of people have gone through never experiencing oppression. And we've all experienced it at the hands of one another. Keep space for the moonlight to shine on your face, to shine on your heart, to shine on your life in a way that will enrich. I know that photosynthesis, sunlight, and chlorophyll are all very closely related, but there's this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And if it looks like this, even if it's secret because you've been submerged, subverted, subjected, like a subject to people who've never valued you, ever. That's all right. You continue keeping your eye on the prize. You continue reaching for the sky and kissing the stars and hugging the moon, because that's what humanity deserves, is for this earth to be someplace that you feel fulfilled. It's a full moon, fulfilled. The moon doesn't belong to any one person, place, or thing, at least not to our knowledge. Let's keep it that way. Who cares who put the first flag up there? The fact is, it's there. It's a constant reminder that we're not floating around out here alone, that something else could also be sustained within our atmosphere. So when we're at our most fearful, calling each other things and its and witches and blah blah, this is number 51. This is the moon. I do want to say when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, but I do feel like this is your eye. So please don't hit the moon with a pizza. It's going to extinguish the light as well as the light of the moon. But you can see this is a lantern that your well wishes, your prayers, and your best formed thoughts have been sent there through whatever vessel or not. This is that general collective. I hope that was helpful, and until next time.